At one point, every gang in Los Santos wanted Grove Street under their control, as you see in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. The families had been through a never-ending war with various gangs of the city, but luckily, the Grove Street families have always came out on top, gaining power and respect during the process. But while visiting Grove Street in GTA 5, we'll unfortunately see Grove Street fall to the Ballas. And yeah, while they're different universes, they share very similar stories. But what exactly happened before the events of GTA 5? How did the Ballas take our beloved Grove Street from the families? To understand this, we have to go back to the Grove Street families. In both games they exist. In GTA San Andreas, they were split into 3 subsets: Temple, Seville, and Grove Street. While in GTA 5, the families have Chamberlain Gangsters, the Davis Neighborhood Families, Carson Avenue, and the Forum Drive Gangsters. Oh, and let's not forget the Grove Street families. The streets and overall map would be different, but due to dialogue mentioned throughout GTA 5's story mode and online, I think it's safe to assume that the same events took place in both games.
Hey, this is like that shit that went down over in Flint County back in the day.
However, the outcome of the two could have played out very differently. You see, in GTA San Andreas, CJ and Sweet are strictly against drugs.
Man, I thought we was in this for the hood. Not destroying the family, man. It's Grove Street, nigga.
But while in GTA 5, the families are heavily involved in drug trafficking. You probably would assume that GTA 5 CJ would have followed the same beliefs as his San Andreas counterpart, but this is unlikely, due to a member of the Chamberlain Gangsters mentioning him while on a phone call.
You know OG Johnson is gutter as a motherfucker.
But I mean, if we're cutting slack, I guess they could have been talking about Sweet selling and buying drugs to supply the addicts of LS. As mentioned on the Feuds baseball team's Life Invader account, you can see a member of the Eastside Ballas named Darnell Stevens bragging about taking over Grove Street. Darnell appears to be in his 40s, which means that Grove Street more than likely lost their turf during the 90s. In GTA San Andreas, OG Sweet Johnson almost gives up and becomes an addict, but he's quickly stopped by his little brother CJ before he's even able to take a hit.
Oh, what the hell you doing?
Shit.
But what if CJ never came in and stopped him? Or what if Sweet just took the advice of Big Smoke and got heavily involved in the drug game? Maybe this is a result to that. Maybe there's even a possibility that our beloved CJ became a drug lord of Los Santos until he earned enough money to move out the hood, or possibly run other criminal activities. You do remember that CJ had close ties to the San Fierro triads, and while you can explore around San Fierro in GTA 5, NPCs will often mention the city, proving that San Fierro exists within the game. So what if CJ and Woozy Moo partnered up to run the criminal underground of Los Santos and San Fierro, which would have caused CJ to neglect his Grove Street homies, just like Sweet did in the beginning of GTA San Andreas, causing the Ballas to come in, pushing up on the GSF until they were no more. Another factor could be the original Covenant Ballas helped the Eastside Ballas to destroy the GSF, flipping members, getting them addicted to crack cocaine, and then running them out of their hood. Another possible outcome is that they lay down their flag to relax and own companies across the city. Cause as you can see, there's some Johnson Homes and a Caesar car lot or something, but here's some photos. But if you're not satisfied with that, maybe he's even facing a life sentence or a life hiding from the FIB. The GSF could have also just been poor, sticking to their anti-drug policy until they ran out of money to afford rent. So due to gentrification, they would be pushed out and moved into a nearby project housing, causing the Ballas to step in with their drug money, buying the homes across the neighborhood until the GSF became nothing more than an urban legend.
Are you Grove Street? Is Grove Street like a myth?
Man, that's some old school shit. Hell no, it's not a myth. But times have changed, homie. I'm family. I guess like they was.
And yeah, I know the Davis Neighborhood families own part of the block. Trust me, I didn't forget or let it slip my mind. The Davis Neighborhood family could have been one of the first subsets to break away from the GSF. This can be supported by many things, such as the respect by Vernon from the CGF members, despite not belonging to the same subset. And let's not forget about their families on families violence.
It turns out the families love shooting each other almost as much as they love shooting Ballas.
Another thing that could maybe support this is that the Davis neighborhood families are the only families crew to have an inmate NPC in director mode. Like bro look fucking swole as shit. Look like he's straight out Boys in the Hood or something.
I ain't from Africa, I'm from Crenshaw Mafia.
But like I stated before, gangs across Los Santos wanted control of Grove Street, including the Vagos from San Andreas.
Grove Street family is no more. We're gonna take over Grove Street turf.
So turf wars in the 90s could have been at an all-time high, ending in many deaths, maybe even losing possible members such as Big Smoke, Ryder, and Sweet, or maybe even CJ himself. But I'm sure there's endless reasons on why or how the Ballas took over Grove Street. And I would love to hear what you think. How do you think the Ballas took over Grove Street? Me personally, I think it's probably more likely the gentrification getting pushed out and allow the Ballas to take over Grove. But yeah, that being said, this is LS Central. Check in, out.